You have the floor.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I rise in support of this motion to ratify the optional protocol to the Convention on the Rights of the Child on the sale of children, child pornography and child prostitution. But before I do so, Honourable Speaker, allow me to enlighten the Attorney General. The SODELPA women members of Parliament are wearing green today in solidarity for good governance in USB. Honourable Speaker, the Honourable Minister for Women stated that our laws, the Constitution and the Crimes Act and the Online Safety Act clearly represent Fiji's stand to combat the sale of children, child prostitution and child pornography. Yes, Honourable Speaker, the laws deal with the sale of children and child prostitution, but there's nothing much in the laws, our laws, on child pornography. There's the exploitation defined as the exploiter and a victim, and defined generally as the exploiter's conduct that causes the victim to enter into sexual servitude. There's also the definition of sexual service, means the commercial use or display of the body of the person providing the service for the sexual gratification of others. Now, the Honourable Attorney General mentioned that the Online Safety Act deals with consent. Now, we have in the miscellaneous provisions, Honourable Speaker, in the miscellaneous offences, Section 377 of the Crimes Act states that a person commits a summary offence if he or she, by way of trade, distributes photographs or films tending to corrupt morals. Now, there is no definition of the phrase tending to corrupt morals. So our current laws are weak in realizing the gravity of child pornography and pornography in general. Now, Honourable Speaker, in the Commonwealth Criminal Code of Australia, it defines this phrase, child abuse material, which includes material that depicts a person under 18 years of age who is engaged in or appears to be engaged in a sexual activity, whether or not in the presence of other persons, and does this in a way that reasonable persons would regard as being, in all circumstances, offensive. Now, there is a specific offence of possession, control, production, supplying, and obtaining child abuse material through the internet. Now, I note that both Australia and Fiji do not define this phrase, child pornography, in our criminal laws. We need to define this term, Honourable Speaker, in our laws. The federal laws in the USA define child pornography as any visual depiction of sexually explicit conduct involving a minor that is under the age of 18 years old. Now, Honourable Speaker, you heard in my statement last year on fighting this new drug pornography, how the victims are getting younger and younger, and it's harder to discern the age of the victims in the films and photos produced by the porn industry. Now, global payment platforms like PayPal have pulled out from Pornhub because of the increasing violence depicted in the videos being displayed and the millions of videos, Honourable Speaker, that depict adults role-playing as children, dressed in schoolgirl uniforms and being exploited. Now, predatory porn sites like Xvideos is being called out throughout the world for profiteering from videos containing child sexual exploitation. In late last year, a 15-year-old girl, Honourable Speaker, went missing in Florida. Her mother found her on Pornhub, and she was in 58 sex videos. A 14-year-old girl in California was sexually assaulted, and the videos were posted also on Pornhub. The offenders were arrested for the assaults, but Pornhub escaped responsibility for sharing the videos and profiting from them. Now, Honourable Speaker and Honourable Members, we think this problem is only happening in America. It is happening all over the world. Fiji continues to rank high with searches for porn in Pornhub. This is why I will continue to advocate for us to ban porn sites like Pornhub and Xvideos. Our children are getting more and more exposed freely to pornography. Children are taking videos of children engaging in sexual acts and sharing it to their friends, then it gets out. Even adults are doing it. Now, while the law makes child pornography illegal, this term does not even begin to describe the true horror that is faced by countless children every year. When a video or picture is produced and circulated, it is a permanent record of the child's sexual abuse. We need to protect our children from this new drug. Sexual violence against our women, boys, and girls continue to rise. Teenage pregnancies continue to rise. When will we as legislators, as parents, as grandparents realize that it is right now in each of our children's hands? In the smartphone, the data that we enable, the free and fast Wi-Fi, the internet cafes where they spend hours. It's not for studying. It's not for research. They are on Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, sharing questionable material. They are being exposed younger and younger to pornography. And when they are being lured by predators on these online platforms, their selfies and videos are being used by these predators to be shared onto consumers of child pornography. No parent is perfect, Honorable Speaker, but in my effort to try, I will share a personal experience. I have 6 children who vary in age from 21 to 3. And then now and again, I conduct a random phone audit on my 2 teenage daughters who are 14 and 12, respectively. Last weekend, I checked my 12-year-old's smartphone, and her Instagram account was open. And I happened upon a private chat that she was having with this individual. And throughout the thread, the question came up in it, send me a picture of you. Of course, my daughter didn't respond, but she put a sheepish, smiling emoji. He then went on to say, this person, don't be shy. And then she asked in turn, well, how old are you? And he said, well, I'm a 41-year-old single dad looking for a friend. Can we be friends? Of course, I had to deal with this issue and with her and the consequences. But Honourable Speaker and Honourable Members, parents and guardians, be warned, our children are in grave danger. They are under threat more than ever before in any time or in any century. Pornography is the new drug. We need to fight this new drug together. It will take us as legislators to implement these laws and policies to protect our precious ones. I hope that with the ratification of this optional protocol, Honourable Speaker, that the government will really give this some teeth and define child pornography in the Crimes Act. I also call on the government to free Fiji from pornography. For our sons and our daughters, we do need to fight this new drug. Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
I thank the Honourable Linda Tambuya. Honourable Viram Walker, you have the floor.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I rise in support of this motion. It is very important to be part of the global community in addressing issues like this. But, Honourable Speaker, I'm horrified as a Fijian